Hello, everyone, and welcome to FTB Sports. This is Manchester United. Well, this is going to be Leicester City versus Manchester United reaction show. So today we've got Omondi. Hi, Omondi. How you doing? You all right?
Hi there.
Mr. B. Hello, Mr. B. And we got H. How you doing, H? You all right?
All
yeah.
Right.
Okay, guys. After a positive week we've had this week, let's hope we can keep the positivity going with the next game against, Leicester City. Home form is crucial. So some of the performance over the weekend, we actually, when we did our player rating, I think that was one of our highest ever player ratings we've ever given on the show. And that's down to the performance of all the players against AC Milan in the midweek. So we're going to start off, guys. FA Cup. This is opportunity now for Ole to get into the semi-final of the FA Cup. Don't worry about it, guys. We've been there a couple of times and failed. But let's get over the line first. So let's start with talking. Let's go to H. Tomorrow, what sort of... Before we go through the team, to be honest with you, what do you think tomorrow the players right now would be thinking in their head after going through against AC Milan? Because that was a huge game for us.
Massive game. Obviously, from AC Milan's performance at home to our ground, they were all over us, like we were saying before. So I think the players have learnt a lot. I think they're showing a bit more maturity about how to close off a game towards this later part of the season. So I think they're going to be a lot more switched on Sunday because they know how much it means. And being in that same situation again and not progressing, like obviously that was to the final from the semis, but not progressing in the later rounds of any of these competitions, I think they're going to approach it in a lot more mature way. So I think they're going to go at it straight away. I think the players and how Ollie's probably thinking about getting the team set up is to get the lead early, as many as we can quickly. I think that's what his game plan is going to be. So you just deflate Leicester. But that's what I think personally.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to Omondi now. Omondi, what's your thought process on the approach of the game tomorrow?
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Fantastic performance on Thursday night, beating AC Milan. Everyone's on a high, unlike Tottenham, who's completely contrast on a major low. Going into the game, I suspect that Leicester have got a couple of key players out in Maddison and Barnes. I don't know if that's still relevant.
Believe so. Believe so.
But for some reason, my feeling is that I'm confident we can get through. Don't know how. It might go to extra time, whatever. It's going to be settled tomorrow. But I'm kind of confident we can get through. We're on a high, got the momentum. Pogba's back. Yeah, that's a major thing. As we saw midweek, he's a world-class player. He's someone who makes a huge difference to us, even though he's criticised majority of the time. I think if we set up well and we have the right mentality, go into the game on the back of that result, and go out there and try our best and take Leicester seriously as we took AC Milan, I think we get through.
Yeah. And let's go to Mr. B now. What's your sort of, what are your thought processes about going into tomorrow's game?
At the moment, the club should be on a high. That was a result that I said I'm not going to say I wasn't expecting. But that second half performance when Prince Paul came on the pitch has made a big difference. So I'm hoping one, Pogba starts tomorrow. I'm hoping I'm not bothered where he starts on Monday. Yeah, whether he starts on the left, the right, or the centre, I'll shut my mouth. I'll just take him on the pitch.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident tomorrow. Let's start, as I said, without Maddison. They've been struggling, but Iheanacho scored a hat-trick last week. So I'm assuming just before international break that he's going to play as strong a team as he can. I don't expect Shaw to start for us tomorrow, but I'm expecting us to put out a pretty strong team as well.
Yeah. So, for myself, I'm looking at it and you touched on it as well, and I think H, you touched on it as well. from the Thursday night, obviously all of us were on a high from it. We're still on a high from it now, because I picked the draw, and I think I picked the draw right as well when I said Granada. I prefer them in it anyway.
I mean, I'm sorry. I know we're talking about Leicester, and we should, but I've drawn Granada in that we are. I don't care. We are guaranteed a semi-final. Yeah, I don't even know what part of Spain Granada is. You know what I mean? We're through. We're through to the semis. So really, those are the games where I would love to see. You know, we murdered them in the first leg. I would love to see, you know, a different approach to the second leg.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm you know, Roma or whoever, Roma or Ajax next round, fine, whoever. Yeah. You know, but the fact that we won't be drawn against Arsenal until the final, magic.
Just to add, Granada's on the south coast of.
Thank you.
Oops, sorry, I've muted him. Sorry, go on.
Sorry. Yeah, just to add, Granada's on the south coast of Spain, quite near to Malaga, and it's a really historical town. It's still got a lot of buildings, everything from the Moor times and the African wars from historic times from about 400 or 500 years ago. So a lot of the buildings are still up there. So if anyone interested in history, which I am, go to Granada and check it out, because it's amazing town, especially regarding the Moors and all that kind of thing.
Wicked. Thank you very much.
It'd be even better once we beat them as well in their town.
Yeah, exactly. But for me, I'm on a positive. I'm on a high, and I'm going into this game tomorrow on a high. I have done a team, and basically we can talk through it. I'm going to say welcome De Gea back in goal tomorrow. I think he will go back in goal tomorrow.
You don't think so, Monday?
Yeah, I think we'll go back in goal.
John? We can talk about it later. Yeah, I'm just like I'm thinking Henderson. I forgot.
You think he's gonna? You know what? The thing with Ollie, Ollie likes to not throw a curveball, but De Gea. He's going to be going away on international duties. I can really see Ollie playing De Gea tomorrow.
Okay.
Just because that's what he does.
Yeah. Good shout. I was just saying, because Henderson on the high, I think he should play the keeper. He deserves to play. That's the thing.
Yeah, I understand. That. Yeah,
you make good points. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure about it.
So I've gone for, obviously, Henderson in goal. De Gea in goal. Sorry, I've gone for Telles, and I've gone for Bailly and Maguire with Wan-Bissaka. I think Luke Shaw will be dropped tomorrow. I don't think he will play tomorrow in the Sunday game, because, like we said, Ole always wanted to throw a curveball in, doesn't he? So because of the curveball, I think that's how I'm going to look at it. Then I've gone for Matic to start tomorrow. Monde's favourite player. And I've gone for Paul Pogba. I've gone for Daniel James, Bruno Fernandes. I've gone for Mata to start on the right-hand side. And Daniel James up front.
Daniel James?
Pardon?
No, Greenwood up front, sorry. Daniel James on the right and Greenwood up front.
So Mata on the right?
So Mata on the right, Daniel James on the left.
Wow. That's terrible.
Yeah. That is really gone. Mata. I don't think Mata is going to play again for us for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, I think he's done. I think Mata is done at our club. Whether or not, I know he does a good blog, but on the pitch, I think he's finished. I think he's finished for us. I don't think he's going to get anywhere near that starting lineup tomorrow. I don't know. I just don't think he's going to play. Is Martial back? Does anybody know if...
No, Martial's injured still.
He's still injured?
Yeah.
Donny?
He's not going to play
He's
Donny.
aiming to get back though, isn't he?
Who?
On Sunday? I think Martial's aiming to... I think he might be ready for tomorrow,
No, at the moment, still doubt.
So can I ask, guys, because I don't really know what's going on with the who's in and who's out. Donny van der Beek, is he available?
Yes.
Martial, you saying is out.
Yeah.
What about Ahmad? I think
he's
Ahmad.
available.
I'll put Ahmad
Available.
Matter.
He's available, yeah.
Example.
Oh no, I think he's played in under 23s. I think he played in under 23s.
They played this morning or Friday, don't they?
Friday.
Yeah, I'm not too.
Okay.
We'll double check.
Oh, that's a shame.
Curious why Solo. What's your reasoning behind Mata, please, Solo?
I think I know it's coming up international duties and stuff like that, but I just believe Ole, he does play him in sort of games like this because it's FA Cup as well.
When was the last time he played?
The last time he played for us, oh God, I can't remember last
Carabao
time. I should have
Cup.
done.
Was it Carabao Cup he came on?
Could have been,
I mean,
yeah.
that was coming on. That was
But no. He played in the Carabao Cup, and the last time he played in Carabao Cup. I can't remember who he played against, but he was man of the match. I remember that much.
I know he came on recently, late in the game, about a month or two ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Sorry,
again,
Mal.
that's it. But for me, though, it's going to be a case of, I think Telles will definitely start. I think Bailly will definitely start. I think Maguire will start. And Wan-Bissaka will start because we ain't got no one really and truly to cover Wan-Bissaka anyway. So he needs a rest for that.
Sorry, have you heard anything about this situation with Bailly? I know it might have been paper talk or, just internet gossip, but about him being upset and not wanting to sign an extension to his contract. Has anybody heard anything about that?
Yeah, I haven't heard. I've only read probably what you've read.
I've read it, yeah. Same, read it.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I think there's a lot of stories out there at the moment. A lot of stories, Pogba stories, Cavani stories, Van der Beek stories. It's just there's a lot of nonsense from what you can see from the players, how they act and how they react to each other, and that it looks like a totally different story to what the papers are telling.
Good point.
Yeah. I'm not going to buy into it because, to be honest with you, if Bailly is still in a contract, it's going to be something to do with either money motivated or it's going to be, as much as we getting told he's injured all the time, you come across and say he's not actually that injury prone.
Well, that's what he was saying. So who knows?
Yeah.
And I like the pun there. What you said. He said you're not going to buy into it.
Yeah. Didn't mean it, but I did it. We did it.
Well done, Solo.
We did it. So, for me, now we're talking about obviously Leicester game, and Maddison is out. We know that, but Ian Nacho looks a complete different animal, doesn't he? In the last few games. Let's start with Mr. B. You watching closely.
Definitely, that wasn't a position that I thought he could have played. I mean, he's still playing just behind the same position that Maddison's been playing.
Yeah,
he's been playing in, and he's impressed me a lot. The first couple games, I didn't think he was all that, but he did well. The last 3 or 4 games, I mean, what's he got? I'm sure he's got 6 or 5 in the last 3. So he's on
5 in the last 3.
Yeah, he's on a good vein of form. So that's a player who we need to be very aware of. Vardy, we know Vardy's rapid.
Yeah.
So I don't believe that Bailly will play, just because I expect them to do the Omondi thing and sit back because they don't want to get running behind.
Yeah,
if he doesn't just get, there's games where he doesn't trust Bailly. I'm not sure that he will trust Bailly tomorrow. And the fact that we've got an international, he doesn't need to rest any players because they all go anywhere in international.
Yeah.
If they get tired, they won't play. So his priority is not internationals, none of them. Play the strongest team that we can play tomorrow. But I just think that Bailly won't get a sniff tomorrow.
Oh, wow, okay. Omondi?
We're talking about Ian Nacho.
Sorry, Ian.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Ian
I went
Nacho,
right
Ian
off
Nacho.
that, didn't I? Sorry.
Yeah, so what is he playing in number 10 lately? Is he?
Well,
Yeah,
at the moment, yeah.
I thought he played 4-4-2. I don't know, because he's a striker. I thought he was playing with Vardy up front. I've heard
Vardy
behind him.
is behind.
Just behind him.
Yeah.
He's like playing in the false 9 position.
Okay, so he hasn't changed formation. I heard it on the radio. That's something that just got in my head. Yeah, he was at Man City. He was slotting in goals for Man City because they were passed to him. It's just easy bread and butter. Finish your dinner goals. He was getting there. Since he's come, he's got a good left foot. He's quite quick, but I don't see any threat. I mean, we've been playing against AC Milan. We've been playing against Man City the other day. We're playing top teams. None of these guys have caused us a threat. So to single him out and say, is he a worry? Just because he's on form and scored a hat-trick against weaker teams, I'm not that concerned about him, to be honest. I think we can eat him up, munch him up, no problem. It's the only thing I've been concerned about Leicester when we played against them last time. Vardy peeled. Vardy's always a problem.
Yeah.
So anyway, it doesn't matter how great you are as a defender, he's going to be a problem. The only thing is like crosses into the box. I think they'll be whipping crosses in, and they got who's the guy who's played for Villa? He's played for Villa, now he's the winger guy.
Well, it's
Albrighton.
Albrighton, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's key.
Good player.
He can whip balls in, and I think Barnes ain't there, so they'll be looking to sort of get crosses in or get in behind our defence, which, like Mr. B was saying, made a great point there that they probably won't do that. So as regards to Iheanacho, no worries.
Yeah. And H?
I think we have to be. I think we're right. We should be able to deal with him after the performances we've had. We've kept a lot of clean sheets. There's a little bit of structure and momentum in our defensive way. You know, I like Ollie's talked about. You know, Scott and Fred are his go-to when it comes to playing a two, and that he mentioned it in his comments from the exiting interview of AC Milan. You know, like it allows the front to push, and then he can go into a six at the back because you've got Scott and Fred drop in. So I think that kind of situation will help out Maguire. Lindelof, obviously, by situation, that whoever plays there, they're both just equally, in my opinion, just equally as good to cover the ground and make the right tackles and movements. So I don't think we'll have an issue with him. I think it's people like the Tillemans and that we've just got to keep an eye on personally, because they're the ones that are playing at your six and they've got their legs to go back, still got a shot. So I think we'll see a few long rangers in tomorrow's game as well for some reason.
What it is as well, listening back to Ole as well, he did there's rumours apparently saying that he actually called a crisis meeting after the AC Milan game. So on Friday, all the players went in for a crisis meeting. So that's telling me that he wants this momentum to keep going, because he can see we could possibility win a double here. Could win a double. Listen, like I said, I'm not Ole fan, but if he goes and do that, you know what? I'm going to give him some credit for that. But let's see what he can bring us first before we get all excited. But I'm happy.
Come on, he's not having it, boy.
Yeah, I know. I'm happy.
Just put the screen on you so we can't see my reaction.
So I'm happy in a way to say that let's see where it takes us. Let's see where this momentum take us. We just got to sit there and we got to think to ourselves, on the other side of London right now, them boys are crying. So, you know, we're not crying. We're in a good place. We're in a good position. But let's see if we can just rewrite these rules instead of getting knocked out in these competition. Let's start talk about one guy now. Let's talk about this gentleman, because I think he's made a massive impact. Huge impact on us this so far since he's been back. One game, one goal. What can we say? H, take it away.
Pogba, man. I've always thought Pogba's been amazing. Dip in form, coming back from injury. Now he had that momentum, and now he's come back again where he's fit. He looks a lot more fitter than he's been for us over the last few seasons, personally as well. I think he's shown a lot more legs, a lot more control. He's a lot more composed. There's not too much fancy stuff, you know, giving the ball away. There's a lot more maturity to his game. I think we're seeing a different Pogba, and you know, probably the closest Pogba to what we've seen at what we were watching at Juventus. So for me, I think like he's got to start 100%. One thing that I noticed, and like probably what a lot of us do, is watch other players. And what I watched was the desire for other players to want to be close to support him, to help him out. Bruno, you know, the 1-2, the quick passing, the pass and moves. He brought a lot of. He basically gave us an extra 15-20%, like moved us up a gear yesterday. So if he doesn't start, I think we definitely have to have words about Ollie.
Yeah. So some great points there. Absolute great points. Let's start off with Mr. B. Follow up on that with obviously the Pogba starting tomorrow.
You know my feelings about Paul Pogba. So that's not a question that you even need to ask. Yes, he should be starting tomorrow. Yes, he should be starting in central midfield, but I understand why he wouldn't. Just get him on the pitch. I don't care where he plays. I don't care what position they play him in. Get him on the pitch tomorrow. There shouldn't be any reason why he shouldn't play. There shouldn't be any reason why he shouldn't play and start. Don't bring him on as a sub and take the mickey again. like he did in the last game and get me vexed for 45 minutes. Start him now. Start him at the beginning of the game so we can all sit down with our little alcohol and our little whatever we're going to be chilling with tomorrow, you know, because I know if he doesn't start, I'm going to be fretting. I will be fretting. So, no, he has to start. Straight up, he has to start.
Yeah. And on Monday?
Yeah, man. It's like having a whole segment on Pogba is... We can talk all day. Let's talk about it. He's come back to the club. I think he gets a lot of criticism. I think I used to criticize him as well. It's because maybe it's to his mentality. I'm always thinking that he's so big and strong. He could do a Vieira role if he wanted to, but he's got that so much talent to add to that. So he can do so much more than that. But he can do that Vieira role where he can run, close down man, as we saw against the two brothers in AC Milan midfield the other day. He was so strong, he was able to bully them, you know, and get away from them. And you can't get off the ball. A lot of these players are professional players. They're really strong and fit and everything else. They all say Pogba's hard to move up. You know, you can't move to it. He's that good. So I still see maybe when Pogba gets older, he might drop a lot deeper and be a bit more with his positional play and everything else. He can play anywhere. He can play anywhere in the top 3 forward line, not striker, but you know, in that area. He can play deep, pick up the ball from the defense and spray balls like a quarterback. He can do it all. And I want to just repeat what Shah said. Shah was like observing the game the other day and saying how players are it's like infectious. They come towards him. They want to give him the ball. And they know, probably in training, it's like, yeah, party time, pop, pop, pop. You know, let's get 10 touches or whatever. Pogba's Bruno's on that, you know? So it's like so much influence when he comes on the pitch. He lifts everybody. He's like, yeah, let's pop it now. Let's go, you know? That kind of thing. So Pogba, he's got to start, as Mr. B said. He has to start back in the side. He's that good. He's that good for us. But let's not remember, even myself, I am critical of him. I'm critical of everybody. Just because of his mentality. And I think Shah said a good point about his maturing now. How old is he? And they say players come in their top form,
28,
27,
he is now.
27 and 30 or something. So he's in that window now where all his immaturities and things in the past, he's now showing, as he showed the other day, like mature performance, and he's set the world on fire, you know. This is his prime. So hopefully, mentally, physically, this is his prime and he can start delivering for us. The best thing we can do is sign him for a new contract.
Yeah, 100% agree. And for me, with Pogba, when I saw his Instagram posts, all I did was I was sitting there, I was celebrating when I saw that.
We know.
We heard about it.
Like,
you told us.
Pogba is back. Yeah. Because I know everyone's saying, obviously, a Bruno Fernandes. And listen, I can't disagree more. Bruno Fernandes has been outstanding for us this season. Absolutely outstanding. But Pogba, for me, on his day, he is unplayable. No one can go near Pogba on his day. He's unplayable. And what we saw from Pogba against AC Milan was probably about 70% of Pogba. That's what we saw, about 70% of Pogba coming back from an injury. Pogba can literally run this team on his own. So everyone who's out there criticizing Pogba, saying, oh, Pogba need to leave Man United, about his agent, this agent. Like I keep trying to say to everyone, until Pogba tell us as fans, I don't want to be at the club anymore, then I'll believe it. Up until then, I ain't saying nothing. Pogba all the way. Pogba need to start this game tomorrow from the kickoff. Not like what Mr. B, apologies, said. Don't bring him on at half time. Because if you bring him at half time, I'll be upset. Pogba has to start. Plus, he's just coming back. He need match sharpness. He need match fitness. So let's bring him on. Let's play him. So
and they got a midfielder that we always talk about. We say, oh, we want to sign this guy. We want to sign Declan Rice and what's his name? Ndidi. Now, Ndidi, best beware. He best pray that Pogba's not starting tomorrow because he moves man up, but he won't be able to do that to Pogba. So this is the thing. It's a psychological thing as well. Put Pogba out there, man, after that performance. Let Ndidi realise he has to come to this big club like us.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. I think putting a performance like that in tomorrow, and obviously season is almost coming to a close. We knock them out. You never know. Ndidi will be at United next season, which will be brilliant. Him and Pogba partnering each other. Excellent. Loving it. Obviously, let's touch on now. So we've gone on to Pogba. I think, like we all say, Pogba should start. We all advocate of Pogba. Player I would like to talk about a little bit is obviously Telles. Again, this guy here gets criticised all the time by United fans, and I cannot see and understand. It baffles me. Let's start with on Monday first.
Yeah.
Why do you think he gets the criticism is so harsh on him?
Why? Because you've got people like unofficial pundits saying, "Oh, he's 28, he's playing in the Portuguese league. No one knows about him until ding." I've known about him. I'm not trying to say I'm thing, but I've known about this guy for a long time. Known about what he does. 6 foot tall, rapid, left back, but really could play left wing. You know, and so I'm really happy we got him. We were looking at the guy from Juve. There's so many left backs we've been looking at over the years.
Tracy.
Shush up, Tracy, man. Just go and skip somewhere else, you know. We've been looking at Super Bowl replacements or substitutes for Luke Shaw. Since Luke Shaw's come in now, I think it's the perfect signing for us because he's content. He can't sit there and say, "Boy, I should be there," because he's looking at Luke Shaw's performance every week. So it's like, as much as people don't want to admit it, there is Luke Shaw's performance maybe is generated from having a man as quality as Telles.
Yes.
In training and in the squad. So Telles has got it all. Like I said, quick, rapid, strong. We just haven't seen enough of him. And look, we are the showcase club. Everything is like in the spotlight. Everything's there to be criticized, you know. So Telles, people who haven't seen enough of him, don't have enough experience or argument on him, will be talking about him, talking mess over what? What's he done wrong? All I've seen is positive. So yeah, I'm pro Telles. I've always been, and I'd like to see him play a bit more. Obviously, in lesser games.
Okay, and then let's go to H. Why do you think he's getting so much criticism?
He's on new Ashley Young, Tellers is.
No, H, man.
What did he say?
He says he's our new Ashley Young.
Oh my days!
I think he's quick in it. Like I'm talking about when we first signed Ashley Young from Villa. He's that kind of level anyway. He can put a good ball in either foot. He's dynamic. He likes to take a player on. He comes with a lot of enthusiasm. I think it's one of those seasons where if it was us fans are there, I think he'll be a different player. You know, I think some things like that in the games, like when you come to Old Trafford, like and you're playing without a crowd and you're just setting it in, it's a bit different, isn't it? When as soon as he feels all the love from the fans, it'll be a different guy. I think all of them will be, to be honest with you, when we go back. So I think Tellez has got a lot to bring, and I think Sunday's a really good opportunity for him to show exactly what he can do. Genuinely, I think he should get a run out for 90 minutes and show what he can do.
Yeah, and Mr. B,
I like Tellez. I said it in the beginning. I think he's the reason why Luke Shaw is the Luke Shaw that he's playing like now, just because he saw a little bit of competition. Tellez is a good player, but he's just unlucky that the player ahead of him is playing out of his skin. You know, and as Shaw, I think it was Shaw said, sometimes you just have to accept that the player ahead of you is playing better than you. When he gets his chance, he has to take it. But there's also an exception that right now, Luke Shonino is head and shoulders above anybody else in our team, and he's unlucky. He's just unlucky. Because if Luke Shaw had been playing how he was playing at the beginning of last season, Tellez would be in the squad. Tellez would be starting.
Yeah.
So I just think he's unlucky. Yeah, he will play what he may well classify as the second-rate games, you know, not the big ones and that, but you're part of a squad. You know, come next season, it might be Tellez that gets that opportunity at the beginning of the season and Shaw can't get in, which means that now you know that Tellez has raised his game to another level. So as long as he accepts the competition, accepts his role in the team at the moment, it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, 100%. I could not disagree with you. Okay, so let's go now. And obviously for me, for Tellez, it baffled me on all the criticism he gets. I don't understand the criticism he gets because when I watch him play, he just brings something different. When we first started this show, we always used to say, "Oh, we just want Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka just to go by the byline, just to get the cross in." Tellez come in his first game. He was like going up by the byline, getting a cross in. Don't get me wrong, his crosses weren't perfect, but he only just started for United. But that's what he was doing. And I think, again, like what Omondi just said, it's almost like it's that next level, isn't it? Where you got he's pushing Luke Shaw, where Luke Shaw, we think Luke Shaw was here, but now Luke Shaw is there, and he's just underneath Luke Shaw now because he's pushing Luke Shaw all the way for that first team place. And this is a perfect opportunity, a perfect game for him to start tomorrow and, you know, get this, well, performance in. So what we're going to do, we're going to wrap up in a second. What we want to do is go through some of these comments quickly, and then what we'll then do is talk about Mr. Greenwood after that. So Monday, would you mind? So we know what Tracy, go ahead.
How are you, Tracy? Hope the skip is going well. Good afternoon, guys, she says.
Hi, Tracy.
Dudsey says Man United can win the EPL with Haaland, Fred, McTominay, but cannot win with Martial, Rashford, and Didi.
That's a
Okay,
No.
so we need to buy Haaland to win to win the league. Is that saying?
Who's going to give him the ball? Fred and McTominay.
Don't start Mr. B off, guys.
Yeah.
Do not start him off.
Don't trigger him, man.
Not on a Saturday, man. I ain't had my Saturday afternoon drink yet, so no, not yet.
Dudsey also says, "Where would you play Pogba tomorrow?"
This is for you. This is for you. We're just going to give it to you. I'm on this one. You're right the last time, so we'll give it to you.
I really don't know. I don't know. Like I said earlier, I think he can play in most positions. He can play 6, 8, 10. Won't play 10 because Bruno's there. He can play 6 or 8. One of those positions, probably an 8. That means take out Fred or McTominay. Or if you're struggling, we've got Martial out and Rashford's came off the pitch the other day. He can still play on the left midfield, up high up the pitch and slot in. It depends what Ollie wants to do. But like I say, he's that good. When you're that good a player, you can play in a number of positions and be equally effective.
Okay.
Simon Wanjan, hi.
Welcome, Simon. Welcome.
Welcome.
So what time is the game? He's asking.
5
o'clock.
5 o'clock Sunday.
5 o'clock.
On Sunday tomorrow. Hi, peeps, says Tracy.
Tracy again. Love to show.
Love your show. We love you, Tracy.
We love you too, Trace. Thanks, guys. Everyone, thanks for all the comments. Please like, share, subscribe. This is the Manchester United fans channel of FTB Sports. And if you like our contents, please subscribe and share. And we are giving away a football shirt with your name and number on the back of it once we hit 500 subscribers. So please hit that button.
Get liking.
Get that like.
That's right.
So, guys, let's talk about Mason Greenwood. We do talk about him quite often enough, but come on, guys. This is now tomorrow's the ideal game for him just to get that goal. All of us right here want him to get that goal just to boost the confidence. So let's start off with Mr. B. Let's go, Mr. B. Let's start off Mr. B first with this one. Going into the game tomorrow, this is a game that he needs to get a goal. And would this boost his confidence up for the rest of the season?
Yeah, definitely. Right now, I didn't realize he had gone so long without scoring. His performances haven't always been great, but obviously forwards are judged on goals, and he just hasn't hit any. What's he on for the season? 4? I don't think he's scored in over 14 or 15 games. So right now, he's on a barren run, and the numbers that he was hitting last season probably makes the fact that he hasn't scored hardly any this season, it really exaggerates it a lot. People won't remember the issues that he had beginning of the season, some documented, some undocumented, but he had issues at the beginning of the season up until halfway through the season. So people aren't going to remember that. They're going to remember his goal scoring tally. And from 17 last season to 4 this season, for whatever reason, is a big drop off. He needs a goal. He needs to be played in. I mean, he's been rotated up front. Looking at him now, do we think he's ready? I don't think he's ready to take that position. And I'm honest, I don't really want no 19-year-old leading the line at Manchester United long term. 19, 20-year-old. So at the moment, his confidence is very low. He needs a goal. He also needs to play in a position that is suitable for him, and I'm not sure it's on the left. Sorry, I'm not sure it's on the right. Maybe play him centre of the park tomorrow. Play him in the position that we feel that he should be playing in. But also, let's be honest, you know, I go back to it. Our midfield doesn't create that much. So right now, our forward is just running around like an idiot, closing down, because he's not receiving the ball. Think about it, he's not receiving the ball from our midfielders. So he can't even do the job that he is paid to do, which is score goals. You know, he can't just magically dribble past, say magically, there's certain players who can do it, but I don't see Greenwood as the player who's going to pick up the ball, you know, go past 5 players and score. He needs service, and he's not getting it with the midfielders that we have.
Yeah, right with that, 100% right with that. And let's go to H, about him tomorrow, about this goal drought he's having at the moment, and for a youngster having all this pressure at Manchester United club, at the biggest club in the world of football, not scoring goals at all, must bring a heavy burden on his shoulders, really.
I think sometimes when we look at how Greenwood's progressed, he was coming on as a substitution, you know, waiting to get his opportunity. Ollie's now giving him 90 minutes whole game, where he's mentally got to adapt to that whole game. You know, when you're coming on for 20 minutes towards the end of a match, you'll be playing against fatigued teams, especially during the early parts of the season. It's a bit easier to then use that energy, enthusiasm, you know, like when we saw James coming on and scoring a goal. These players are energetic, right? So I think for Greenwood, I think Mr. B's right. He's not our long term at the moment for his age. Like, obviously the injury situation makes it more difficult for us to say, actually, we could have Cavani starting tomorrow and then Greenwood comes on at 60 minutes, 70 minutes, and then put that enthusiasm in. But I think that whole goal drought situation is just because he's playing around with the lack of service. He gets dragged out to wide, tries taking on 2-man, and they're just obviously shutting doors as soon as he's getting into the box, which is going to happen. You're an attacker, right? So that problem is obviously causing a bit of issue. Plus, his knowledge of who he's playing with is changing all the time. When you look at our back four, the reason why Luke Shaw, Maguire, Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka are there because they're the most consistent. Why is Fred and Scott getting played so much? Because they're the most consistent. Why does Bruno get played? And then you go to the front three and it's just been a little bit broken since the beginning of the season. Martial injuries, Rashford's now out, Greenwood, Cavani, you know, like, not having that consistency is causing problems for these younger players to then be able to run into the positions and get those opportunities and finish off things. And I think it's just dragged on him too much. So he needs a break from me personally before we see him back again.
Good points though. That's some good points what you just made there. And Mr. B,
I spoke already.
Oh, sorry, Omondi. I'm going off on one. Omondi. Seriously. Yeah, sorry.
Mason Greenwood. Yeah. You have to give me a little time on this one. So I'm just adding to what the other guys just said. If you're talking about service, him not getting the right service, again, I think that comes down to what we've been saying week after week about patterns of play. Now, let's talk about someone like Gary Lineker as a poacher. He'd rely on little crosses. You know, he'd dive in with his head. He'd be in there breaking his ass to get into the box and get in front of the defender to tap it in. These sort of goals. We're not getting those sort of opportunities. We're not giving the strikers those sort of opportunities under Ollie or what we're seeing recently. Bruno will play the ball into his feet perfectly, but like Mr. B says, the other two midfielders, they're not going to provide you much. That's McTominay and Fred, who is usually there. I think Greenwood, I think he's fantastic. He's one of the most pinpoint strikes that I've seen for a long, long time. Left or right foot, he puts it in the corners, you know, and with pace. And he had a shot the other day in one of the recent games we played where the keeper had to make a save. But once he gets it out of his feet and shoots, I think, yeah, he's got an opportunity to score. But this is what's not happening. I'm waiting when he's on the ball or when he's in the penalty area or something. I'm saying, right, drop a shoulder, get onto your right foot or your left foot and shoot, because he will get on target and he will get the opportunity. But as with strikers, when you're on a barren drought like this and you can't score, it's really difficult, and your confidence looks a bit shady, you know. So like even the other day when Pogba come on, I felt that Pogba had far more confidence than Greenwood. Greenwood's just like trying to do the right thing. That's what all he's trying to do. His confidence a bit zapped. So when that goes, just do the right thing for the team. Get the ball, don't lose it, work hard, pop it off, give it simple. But now we want to see him a bit more instinctive in the box. I want to see him, you know, make that run, even if you're not going to get the cross here or something. Try and do a bit more. He needs some psychological counselling or something. I'm not taking
he's not overthinking it.
I'm taking a mickey, but he does. I think he needs some sort of psychological or team talk or pep talk to say, come on, make more runs, even if it's like a 40-60 thing where you're not going to get there. Make the run, keep making the runs. That's what Gary Lineker used to say. He used to just anticipate things, make runs, try to get, you know, to anticipate getting into the box, even if nothing happens, and just try and deliver like that. And the goals will come. He's playing for a side where we will create chances eventually, and we will improve our pattern of play, hopefully, if we get a new manager in. But it's just, like I say, it's the pattern of play, not provide anything. There's nothing to say yet. When Kanchelskis and Giggs were flying down the wings, Mark Hughes knew crosses were coming in, he'd get his goals or he'd get his tap-ins like that. Do you know what I'm saying? These days, we don't have that. We don't have an identity like that. So it's to say with the three up front, they get their goals by different forms, you know? So Mason Greenwood needs a little bit of confidence, needs to anticipate more, needs to get stronger, needs to get a bit faster, needs to have a bit more aggression in his play, and then the goals will come.
Okay, thank you. Good points there, guys. No, that's right. Good points from everyone. For me, with Mason Greenwood, I just think he just needs confidence, really. After everything that happened to him beginning of the season, I think there's a player there and he's going to be great for us in the future. But again, like we're saying, we don't want a 19-year-old. Was he 18? I think he's 18, isn't he? He's not 19 yet. Yeah, I don't want an 18-year-old leading the line at Manchester United. For Manchester United, we should be going out and getting the best players that's available out there for us. So yeah, for me, I would love him to score a goal tomorrow. Absolutely. I'll celebrate. I'll come on here singing whatever you want me to sing if he gets a goal tomorrow.
Okay.
But we got to win. first. But for me, Mason Greenwood needs a goal desperately. So guys, we're going to go on to some stats. Before this is going to be the last part of the show now. So I'm going to put that up there, score prediction. So have a thought process on it. And in our last 5 meetings with them, if stats goes by anything, guys, we technically should beat them if stats went to it. So in August 2018, we beat them 2-1. February 2019, we beat them 1-0. September 2019, we beat them 1-0. And then we beat them 2-0 in July. And obviously, the last time we played them, we drew 3-3 with them, where we should have beaten them 3-2. We should have beaten them 3-2. So let's go to, and then in the last, Leicester's home form at the moment as well. In their last 5 games, they've won 3, lost 2. Man United, last 5 away games, we have won 3, drawn 2. So we're going into the game really and truly with a bit of confidence, really, aren't we?
Yeah.
With that. So for me, listen, I'm happy with it. I'll be celebrating tomorrow if we get that result and get to the semi-final. So, guys, let's start off with the prediction. H, what's your prediction for tomorrow?
I'm going 3-1 United.
Oh, H, nick my score.
I think personally, I think we're going to be going there with a lot of confidence after Thursday. Yeah, definitely, 100%. You know, we're all buzzing. They're buzzing, even though they didn't score. They're still buzzing. So, but Pogba's back. So I think a lot of the morale around the team is going to be good. And I think Leicester, you know, watching and hearing their results, I still think there's a little bit that they're not as positive as what they were a couple of months ago. You know, and I think the lack of Maddison and some of those players just shows that. Mm. So I think we have to capitalise on it 100%. Yeah. So I think we're gonna be scoring, mate. 3-1.
3-1. Come on, get in there. Omondi, come on.
1-0.
No, 1-0.
I say 1-0. And then one time we do score, we lose 2-0. You know? So I'm going back to my 1-0 and hopefully we deliver. And you know the reasons why.
Game management. And Mr. B.
2-1. 2-1 United. 2-1 United. Actually, no, you know what? No. See, I want to say 2-0 because I don't think they're going to score. Yeah, I want to. You know what? 2-0. They're not going to score. They're not going to score. Monday's starting to convince me that we've actually got good defenders. So,
It's a cup
they're
match.
not going to score.
Yeah, but it's a cup match. It's a different game. Everyone's going
2-0.
for it, man.
2-0.
Wow.
2-0.
I'm going to go. Go on.
Same page, bro.
I'm going to go tomorrow 3-1. 3-1 and Greenwood to get a brace. But we will always concede. We're Man United. We will concede goals.
When are
No, we won't. No, we won't. We won't concede.
We'll concede.
No, I'm with Omondi on this. We're not conceding tomorrow.
Yeah.
Who's in goal though? That's the main thing, isn't it? Henderson.
Yeah, exactly. It depends.
I don't know. That's shook me this first start of the show when you said about De Gea and goal. I'm thinking, oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, but he's back, isn't he?
It'll be really interesting to see what happens.
He was on the bench against AC Milan.
It's going to be interesting. Very interesting.
It's going to be very interesting.
Remember, I thought De Gea was our number one keeper. He plays in the Premiership games. This is a cup game. Then I thought the Henderson plays. So if De Gea plays, does that mean he's relegated now to the cup games?
No. I just think he will come back from match sharpness, match fitness.
That's a good
What
point.
We're saying is if De Gea plays, we concede a goal. If Henderson plays, it's a 0.
We'll have to see. It's one of them ones. But guys, the way I look at it, so long as we win, I do not care.
Thank you, Solo.
I'll take a penalty. I'll take a penalty. I don't care. We'll take a penalty. I don't care who it is.
Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno, innit? So, guys, listen. Thank you very much as always. Everyone who commented, thank you very much for your comments. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that button. I'm Solo7. On Monday, thank you very much. H, thank you. And Mr. B, thank you very much, guys. Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure as always, guys. And we catch you. Hold on, someone's just making a comment. Bossman James, fire.
Thank
you very much, Bossman. Appreciate that.
Respect, Bossman James.
Can I just say one thing? Listen,
go on.
This show is like, I really look forward to it. And I know we got other things going on in our lives, everything else, but we love Man United. And this new podcasting, whatever we're doing, the Zoom, is fantastic. It gives you so much confidence. We're talking like we're in the same room together, you know?
Yeah.
And Solo and everyone, Mr. B, Shah, everyone behind the scenes, big up to FTB, forwards.
Yep, forward, upwards, and onwards. But thank you very much again. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks, guys, for everything. Thanks for the support and everything. But we'll catch you tomorrow at we'll schedule the show, guys, so you get your notification through. Thank you.